Home Free, American Pie, featuring Don McLean, coming up in 30 seconds. First time reaction. Woo, hey. This is Matt Criscuolo coming to you up close and personal with a first time reaction to this great group that was requested to me by Elmar Winkler. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and definitely subscribe. Hit that little bell icon too, so that when I release a reaction video in the middle of the night, like around 4 a.m., you'll wake up, you'll get it, and then you can wake up and jump out of bed and get right to this, because this is some serious stuff, man. At any rate, let's get right to this, shall we? Bam.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
You know, man, I really dig this approach to music. I like all different types of stuff, but there's something very clean and organic and real about this whole approach. First of all, the guys in the background, they're not even singing with any vibrato, so they're clean. It's real clean. You can hear the tones. Everything is melding, and the harmonies are clean, and you can hear there's a nice blend. And then on top of that, not that there's anything wrong with vibrato, but when you're singing this kind of stuff with harmonies and it's all voice, it's probably better to do it this way. You can hear everything in a different way. And then this, I'm assuming that's Don McLean. Sorry that I don't know, but I'm assuming that's Don McLean. And I just like his approach. He reminds me a little bit of Willie Nelson, Roy Orbison, just a little old school kind of like, it's authentic, it's real, it's not forced, it's very natural. What are some other words you could think of? You tell me in the comments. What are some other words that you would describe his approach and his style of singing? I really enjoy this so far. Now we're gonna shift gears here. I know that's gonna shift gears right now. Let's see what they're gonna go with this now.
So bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, or do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage Franken buck with a pink carnation.
Yeah, man. What are these guys, like Southerners, man? They're like, it feels like it's got a Southern rock, the way they look. To me, it looks like they're from like Nashville or something like that. But yeah, man, and I couldn't help but think about this one. I'm a saxophonist, so I not long ago was turned on to this, I forget his name, but there's a school of saxophone out there that it's called beatbox. And they don't just blow air through the saxophone like a traditional approach to playing the sax. They actually incorporate rhythms, and they use their mouth and their saxophone in so many different percussive ways. And they get a whole bunch of other different types of sounds I would just love to get one of these like vocal groups to incorporate and maybe have a sax solo with somebody like that, because that would just totally bring this stuff way over the top. I mean, it's great the way it is. It doesn't need anything. But I'm just thinking, boy, wouldn't it be great if they could just add that other element to this? And what would that be like? But again, that's the beauty of music. You could do so many different things. Anyway, let's get right to it.
And a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned, but no verdict was returned. And while Lyndon read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark of the day the music died. While we were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass, with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume, while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field.
I'll tell you, man, there's something old school about the approach that these guys have. You know, I'm really digging it. You know, these you can tell that they've they're steeped in the roots of music, particularly Western music, American music, and they're putting their little you could hear it. It's not like when I listen to the Europeans and when I listen to the Eastern Europeans and the Indians and all the other guys, you hear their background and their roots, and well, forget about the Filipinos. They got all sorts of stuff going on over there, man. You don't know which way you're going, left or right. There's something in the water there. Amazing musicians. And check out some of the other reactions I have on my channel of the Filipinos. You will not believe the talent. But again, going back to these guys, wow. Wow, love them.
The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed today? The music died. We started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Oh, and there we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack Splash sat on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. Him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fist of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan spell, and official rite, a song, Satan laughing with delight. The day the music died, and he was singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, this'll be the day that I die.
Yeah.
This'll be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. And I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. In the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken. And the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died, and they were singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
It's American Pie, baby, right there. America. You know, my parents came here from Italy back in 1956-ish on a big boat called the Amerigo Vespucci, which, by the way, was a map maker from Italy who America was named after, Amerigo. I'm Italian-American, so I'm kind of proud of that, but it doesn't matter. We're all Americans. Forget about the prefix of Italian. We're all Americans. And, I mean, if you're from America, you're American. If you're not, that's okay. We're all part of the human race. So wherever you're from, it's where you're from. That's it. But since we happen to be talking about American Pie, it's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful, beautiful experiment. It's something that happened in just a short period of time. Hopefully, it'll continue to be something beautiful and special. Many people have differing points of view on where the country is going, you know. But wherever it's going, it'll get there, and I'll be there hopefully with you. So, what else can I say, guys? There's nothing really deep or philosophical about it, except that it's a beautiful song. It's about a beautiful subject matter about America. Some American stories in there, very poignant. I loved it. I hope that you did too. Never heard of these guys. Thank you, Elmar Winkler. Appreciate that. And if you have any requests, please put it down in the message in the comments below. Hey, listen, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, you can do that now. If you look in the description, now I have a store, merchandise. You can actually get some shirts and hoodies, maybe a pillow, something like that, a mug. You can take a look at this mug. Hey, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And you take it easy, and if it's real easy, take it twice.